Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode on the Growth Project podcast, a podcast for you if you're ready to make a real impact in this lifetime. Whether you're looking to start your own business, travel the world, or simply live life with more purpose, the Growth Project podcast will guide you every step of the way. Hosted by motivational speaker, life coach, and self-proclaimed truth dealer, Sherise, you can be sure that the Growth Project podcast will guide you in a progressive and authentic way towards your highest, most badass, unapologetic self. So sit back, buckle up, and get ready for the ride. Hello, my wonderful listeners, and welcome back to another episode here. I am so excited. Like, my brain has just been going off like all morning, so I'm most likely going to be recording like 2 to 3 episodes in this one sit down, because I just have so much to say, so much to just let out, so much is asking to come through, and I am just going to share with you guys. So on today's episode, I really wanted to talk about our beliefs. I wanted to talk about, our constant need of always just wanting to know everything, I mean, I can say that I know I'm not the only one, who has this kind of obsessive need, or just this fear of not knowing things, of not knowing everything, of just being in the dark around certain things. And this is part of, this is a driving motivator for me. Obviously, there's always two sides to our motivations. It could drive you for positive reasons and can drive you for negative reasons. And I try to use it in a positive way, in the sense that this aids me in my quest for truth. But I feel like there is a point where the quest for truth and the thirst for knowledge, it's all good, it's not a bad thing. But when it comes to this debilitating feeling of I don't know enough, I don't know anything, what the fuck is life, I just need to know more, I just need to know more, then we're opening up this Pandora box. We're opening up this black hole. And from what we know of black holes, they suck the living life off of everything, and they just absorb. So we don't actually want our thirst for knowledge and our quest for the truth and our thirst for adventure and to find different things and to learn. I love learning, and I know a lot of you guys that listen to my podcast, you love learning too. You like learning new things, you like seeing things on different perspectives, because that's why you're listening to podcasts and videos and reading books, is because you want to widen your knowledge, your perspective, what we know about this realm and this land. And that is totally I personally feel like that's amazing, because not only are you living life, but you want to know as much about it as possible. And I just feel there are some of us in this life, in this realm, who are documenters, and who are teachers, and who are observers. And I think that we all have our place, and it's very important for us to do our work and continue this, because it's the farther we go, the farther humanity goes as well. And that's why, for me, every person, every energy type, every soul has their purpose, has their way of kind of contributing to society and furthering society's not society, but the collective, furthering humanity's knowledge, awareness, understanding of each other, of the universe. When you think about it, yes, we are the universe experiencing itself, but we are not always aware of that. So there's still a part of us that's always going to be looking for the creator, that's always going to be looking for God, that's always going to be searching for something that is higher than us. Because I feel like on a very, very deep subconscious level, we understand that we are a creation, you know what I mean? So we understand that on a subconscious level, and therefore we're always seeking our creator. We're always like, we know that there's something bigger out there than us, you know, whether you believe in whether you're part of like a specific religion, or you're spiritual, or a combination of both. Or I feel like, even like, I barely believe people these days when they tell me they're atheist, just because I just feel like it's kind of maybe like a reaction to like the strict religious system, and like the indoctrination of like all people, where it's like everyone had to believe in the same thing, or everyone had to be religious to be accepted before. So I feel like a lot of people are just like, you know, don't believe in these things anymore, so that they just maybe say like, oh, I'm atheist or something like that. But I'm not sure if they truly do not believe that like a higher power exists. Maybe they just don't believe in like the definition of like what God is to other people. But you know, other people, some people just say like they don't believe in anything, like we just come here, we die, and like that's it. But I don't know, I really like, there is just no way that I can believe that. And like, I don't want to put my own beliefs on you guys, but like, there's just no absolute way that I could believe that. Like, things are just too kind of like perfectly made, orchestrated, like the atoms, the universe, the fact that like we are in this globe, and like we don't need to do any work to like kind of maintain it. Like, we need to maintain it, but like in terms of the earth, but like we don't maintain like the solar system or any of that. So to me, it's like, no, it's impossible to think that things are just the way that they are, because I definitely think that I definitely believe that there is a higher power, that there is something more out there, something bigger than us, something that's, yeah, our creator, or the person that orchestrated. I don't want to say person, that's just language, you know, the source of all of this, like the source of what orchestrated life here on earth. So again, a little rant. We're already starting off with a little side rant, but from your guys's like feedback, you love my side rants, so I'm gonna keep them coming. But back to like the all-knowing kind of thing, is that I think like this wanting to know everything comes from deep fear. It comes from deep fear of just not understanding it's just like, it comes from deep fear of feeling unsafe, just feeling unsafe, because we do not hold all the knowledge, because we do not know everything. So we feel like we may not be able to foresee some things. We may not be able to prepare for some things. We may not I feel like it's just like this mechanism to protect us, because it's like, I want to know what's happening. I want to decode everything. I want to analyze everything, so that I can create this sort of like a library in my head of how shit works, so that I can understand everything around me, and I can just like know what's gonna happen when it's happening, or before it happens. And the thing is that like, we can't always do that. Like, you can be the best decoder, you can be the best analyzer, you can be the best psychologist, you can be the best like observer, and the thing is that you still won't know everything. You still won't be prepared for everything that life throws your way. And I think like that is just a part of life. And lately I've been just coming to these truths of like, this is a part of life. Like, we cannot avoid this, because it is just essential here. It's like, we don't make the rules on this realm, but we can abide by them and we can use them to our benefit. And parts of life is that things are going to be unexpected to us. You know, it's going to be unexpected to us, but it doesn't mean that it is unexpected actually to a higher power. So that is like a crazy thought to play around with. But yeah, if you want to get out of this kind of cycle of always overthinking, always feeling like you need to know more, you don't know enough, having that existential fear that like, I don't know enough, like I'm gonna die, like, or like what is the whole point of life, or just feeling the fear of just like not knowing what's gonna come next, you know, not knowing, like stepping into the unknown is so scary for so many of us. And it seems like it's the most riskiest thing that we could possibly do. You know, it seems like it's the most riskiest thing that we could possibly do, stepping into the unknown. Like, how does one even do that? You know what I mean? And this is what this episode's gonna be about. How to fucking step into the unknown like a confident fucking badass that you are. Because we are truly more powerful than we think. We are truly more powerful than we think. Like, when you think of human nature, we are so adaptable. If I take you right now and put you, I don't know, drop you in Russia. Probably not the best place to talk about right now, but drop you in Russia. Leave you there for a year or 2 years, something like that. I would probably come back to a different version of you. You would probably be speaking Russian. Maybe, I don't want to. Okay. If I took you and I dropped you somewhere in South America, let's say South America, because I don't know, I feel like I'm giving off vibes here. So I dropped you in South America, I dropped you in Brazil or Chile or wherever, and I came back for you in 2 years, you would be you, but a different version of yourself. You would be I changed you. You would be a different version of yourself. You would be speaking the language. You would be understanding the customs. You would be like maybe having some more swagger, some more suaviness. Like, you would be a different version of you. And the thing is that we're so adaptable, and like we truly have everything that we need to like make it wherever we go. Because the moment you're going to touch down there, you know, yeah, you're going to feel scared. You don't know anything. You don't know people. But, like, you're going to learn. Like, you are going to learn. And, like, this is one of the skills. This is one of the things that we were blessed with. We can learn new things. Like, at any age, we can learn new things. We can adapt. The human nature is so adaptable. If you think about it right now, like, just in terms of generations and all of that, like, we have adapted. Like, our generation lives with so much trauma and so much pain on a daily fucking basis. Yet we still get up and go to work. We're still making like our lives happen. We're still trying to transmute it and make something better out of it, because we have evolved, we have adapted to living with pain. Now, I don't think like that is the proper way to live, but I'm just letting you know, like, well, like, we are adaptable. We are so like flexible and adaptable. So when you step into the unknown, you will adapt. You will learn. You will observe. You are taking all the skills and all the knowledge that you've acquired and everything into the unknown. So you're actually not going into the unknown super unprepared. You just think you're going into the unknown unprepared because you don't know what's on the other side of there. So it's scary. But the thing is that if you really trust yourself and you trust that no matter what, I'm going to figure this out. No matter what comes to me, I am going to tackle this head on. Like, I know that I'm going to observe, I'm going to learn, I'm going to adapt, I'm going to do what it takes to ensure, you know, my survival or just like I'm gonna do what it takes. Like I don't know what to say. Like I just feel like when you're stepping into the unknown, yes, it takes courage. It takes courage and it takes trust. It takes courage and it takes trust. I was looking at Mulan yesterday, and one of the lines that really stayed with me, so it's the new adapted version of Mulan, I think that came out last year, like the real adapted version. And, you know, her dad tells her, like, there is no, she tells him, like, you're so courageous, you're a warrior and everything. And he says, like, there's no courage without fear. There's no courage without fear. And that is so true. Like, you cannot be courageous if you do not feel fear. Because courage is the literal, like, transmuting of fear into something else. It's like beating that fear and saying that no matter what, I'm going to do this. It's standing up in the face of fear. That is what courage is. And I feel like sometimes we feel like fear is so real and that it is a definite like indicator that like we're gonna die or that something's gonna happen to us. But we also need to remember that fear is an emotion. It is a thought, it is a feeling, and that not all the time like feeling fear is what is necessary or what is actual truth, because we have been very conditioned to fear and we have been bombarded, we've been oversaturated with fear to the point where it is seeping into our everyday lives. Like we are scared of just like random paranoid things, like, and it's like literally, I'm gonna give you guys an example. Every time I used to cross the street at a red light, like on a busy intersection, my brain used to tell me something, or like I just had a flash of image of someone accelerating on me and hitting me. Every single time I cross the street at a busy intersection with multiple cars, I got a flash that someone somewhere is not gonna like me, or is probably gonna be racist, or just said like, fuck, I want to kill someone today, I want to kill a black person, I don't know. Like, again, sorry for putting this on you guys, but I'm just letting you know, like, sometimes we have irrational fears. And like one day I was like, what the hell? Like, if I keep thinking this, like, I was like, thank you God for not allowing this to manifest. And second of all, like, I'm not going to keep thinking this, because I'm just creating like this weird fear in my body, this weird reaction, and I actually don't want to manifest this. So I'm like, I'm going to practice thinking better thoughts, thinking like I am fully safe while I'm crossing the street. Like, it's so weird, but I started doing this, and like now I don't get the flash of that image in my head anymore when I cross the street. And that is not because of who I am as a person. I just feel like we've been so oversaturated with fear. Like, we're just being fear bombed on a daily with the news, with everything, that we're just so scared of everything. So some of the things that we judge as the unknown, now it's like not even that super scary, but we are just so used to being in the vibration of fear that we cannot think straight. We cannot even process like what it may be like to be on the other side of fear. And for a lot of people, you know, that fear is very debilitating, and it causes you to stay in this comfort zone. It causes you to stay where you are, going in circles, going over and over, not doing the things that you know you should be doing because of that fear. So 2 remedies for this fear. And you know, fear is an emotion, so I'm going to give you 2 emotions, and then after that can remedy this, and I'm going to give you some actions as well. But as I mentioned earlier, faith, trust. Faith and trust are your keys to beating fear. Trust in yourself. Trust in something higher than you. Trust that the world, that life, that the universe is not out to get you. Trust that good things can happen to you. Trust that, just trust in what you believe in. And then there's faith. You have to have faith in this lifetime to make anything happen. Faith is the missing ingredient from making your dreams in your head to a reality. It's all faith. It's all belief. It's all faith. Faith is the conduit in which you travel in that protects you from doubt, indecision, fear. And when these things come up, you have to build your faith. These are perfect opportunities to build your faith. Your faith in yourself. Your faith in the unknown. Your faith in the higher power. Your faith that good things can happen to you. Your faith that whatever you are willing to existence is happening. Your faith that you can do this. Your faith that you can handle whatever comes to you. Your faith that you're not alone. Faith is what makes us really believe what we're believing in. If that makes any sense. Like, you can say like your affirmations, like, I believe that I'm gonna be successful, I'm successful, na. But if you don't really have faith in that, then you're not actually like downloading that information to your subconscious. You have to have faith. Faith is the magic potion that creates from the world that doesn't exist yet, from the unseen, from the unknown. It is faith. It is you embarking on a journey, going Pirates of the Caribbean style on a freaking boat and sailing with your compass on open sea, sailing, observing, adjusting, and being led ultimately to your destination. And it is your faith and your trust more than anything that is truly going to get you there. It is not, you can take all the action in the world, but if you do not believe in yourself, if you have no trust, if you have no faith that the action that you're taking is the right action, that is the perfect action, that it is what you're needed to do to get where you're needing to get, then you're always going to be doubtful. You're always going to be fearful. You're always going to be operating from fear, from this, I need to know more. I don't know anything. Please, like, what the hell? Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing in life. You have to cultivate that trust in yourself, that faith, that what is inside you is what is supposed to be inside you. And what is inside is supposed to be outside as well. It's supposed to reflect outside. So stop denying yourself. Stop denying your dreams and your true desires and going into your head and being so intellectual about what it is that you need to do. And I need to have all the information before I do it. And I don't know. And you fucking know. You know what you've wanted to do, what you wanted to be, what information that you need, you already know. You've known it since you were young. You've known it since you've came here. A lot of this information was embedded in you, and this life was supposed to teach you things and spark that shit in you so that you can light it a flame and be who you're supposed to be. You don't need to know anything else than what you know inside of you is truth right now. You know that there's something burning in you. You know that there's something that you need to do. You know all that you need to know right now. The real problem is that you're not doing it. You're not doing it. You're not following it. You're not following the urges. You're not following the intuitions. You're not following the inspirations. You're not following the flashes that come into you, the desires that are burning in you. You're not following them. And that is why you're lost. That is why your burning desire to know more is consuming you, because you feel like by knowing more and by you feel like all the knowledge in the world is going to make up for the fact that you're not doing what you're supposed to do. It's going to replace what you really need to do. It's going to help you, like, I don't know, beat the fear. But the knowledge doesn't beat the fear. It is the courage that beats the fear. You don't need to know what it is that you need to do to have the courage to get up and do something. You don't need to know the end of the journey to start the journey. You don't need to know that. You convincing yourself that you need to know it because it's going to be the safer, more sure path for you. But there's no journey that is sure. That is why it's called a journey, an adventure. Because it's supposed to keep you on edge sometimes. It's supposed to rattle you. It's supposed to provoke your growth, provoke your senses, provoke your soul, give your soul the true opportunity to reveal itself, and for you to reveal your spirit, your real spirit, your fighting spirit, who you know yourself to be in your heart. Like, how will you find that person? How will you become that person if you do not allow yourself to surprise your own self, to grow, to embark on things that may be difficult, to give yourself a chance? How will you know who you really are if you don't even give yourself the chance to find out? The unknown is where the hero journey begins. The hero leaves his small town or her small town. They leave the comfort of everything they've known. They leave whatever it is that, is their past upbringing, and they embark on this journey to find the big bad, to find what life is about. But they have to leave. They have to take this step. They have to take a chance. Your job is not to know step 1 through 100. You're going to get the nudges. You're going to get the inspirations. You're going to get what you need. The same way when you were a baby, you didn't know anything. You didn't even know that you came into this world, and you had absolute trust and faith that the people around you were going to take care of you. That life was going to take care of you. At 2, at 3, at 4, at 5, at 7, you knew, you trusted, you had faith. And that is part of how life is. We are taken care of. We are not alone. When you came into this world, you didn't know who you would be now. When you were 2 years old, you didn't know that you would look like this, that you would be studying in this, that you would do all of those things. But it's along the way that you figured things out, and that you've become more and more yourself, or you've become less and less yourself, depending on how much you've let others influence you, or you've been off your path. But you know exactly what you need to know in this moment to do exactly what you need to do. That desire in you, it brings, trust me, that desire has already told you actions. It has already given you ideas. You are just not listening. So courage, my dear loves and beloveds. Courage will take you so far. Courage in the face of fear, always. As much as possible anyways. Some days fear is gonna win, but as long as we keep practicing courage to do what's right, courage to speak up, courage to forge our own path, courage to leave our small town, or to leave our small mindedness, and to open our minds, to open our hearts, to open ourselves to being seen, to being witnessed, to being heard, to even receiving rejection. Courage in the face of fear is what is going to help you in the unknown. You're never ever going to know everything. You're never ever going to know all that you need to know before you do the thing that you need to do, because it is in doing the thing that you discover yourself. You discover more about yourself. You discover what you're truly capable of, and in doing the thing and in practicing the thing is where you learn what you need to learn. There is no amount of intellectual escapism that is going to get you there. So let today's episode be the motivation, be the inspiration for you to just stop thinking about the damn thing and just fucking do it. Just do it. And I know this is very Nike commercial, but just do it. Like, I had a conversation with my client the other day, and I was like, when you wake up or when you're overthinking about things, just say, fuck it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I don't care what it looks like. I don't care how it comes. I'm just going to do it. And then when I do it, I'm going to have feedback on what I just did. And then I'll know, I want to do it this way better. I want to do it that way better. But you cannot make it up in your head as you go. You have to do it. Just do it. Think less, do more. Think about it less, do more. And I promise you, you're going to find the unknown to be way less scarier this way, way less threatening to your entire existence, and you're going to stop letting fear be your base vibration and for it to control you. Like, you are a powerful being who has literally the powers of the creator inside him and her, and you are not alone. You have universal support, and you have earthly support. And whenever you need help, you can call on it and it will be there. Whenever you need inspiration, you can call on it and it will come. Ask and you shall receive, but do not doubt and be in fear always. Cultivate your courage, cultivate your passions, cultivate acting on your desires, acting on your inspirations. That is going to help you become more confident, more courageous, and you won't always be thinking like, I need to know more. I don't know enough. I'm not ready yet. You're ready right now to do whatever it is that you need to do. You're ready right now to take the first step. I don't care if you're not ready enough to be CEO, but you're ready enough to take the first step towards becoming a CEO. And that is what matters. That is what matters, guys. That is what matters. So I hope you guys enjoyed me giving you guys some really tough love, or just like some motivational power today, because that is just what was coming through. And I was just like, I want you guys to know this. It is your first step that matters the most, and having the courage to embark on the journey is significant, and it is what is truly needed to get you out of that fear-based mindset and to get you out of the I'm not ready yet, I don't need everything yet. Is that courage, that faith, and that trust. So thank you so much for listening to today's episode. And as always, if you guys want to reach out to me by DM, by anything like that, it's at Sherise Fierce on Instagram. And you guys can always find me there. Everything is in the show notes. And if you are having trouble just like starting the thing that you know that you've been procrastinating, overthinking, just being in the same spiral of, reach out to me and we can work on that together and really get you out of that space and onto the journey towards your highest ambitions, your highest inspirations, and your soul calling. So thank you so much for listening to today's episode, and I can't wait to talk to you guys soon.